I had been coming to In His Presence Church for about 2 years. Been reading the Word, listening to the messages, noticing God had been changing me little bit by little bit, and my faith was increasing. And all along I had given, and I wasn't giving a full tithe, but I would give a few dollars, whatever I had in my pocket at the time. Sometimes just struggling just to get by, and I never really took it seriously. I never really was intentional about my tithe. One Sunday I remember being in church and the pastor preached the scripture that many of you have heard, that if we would bring our tithe into the storehouse, that he would open up the windows of heaven and pour out great blessing on us, that we would not be able to contain it. So for the first time I had faith to believe, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and be obedient and believe God and trust him with my money. And by trusting God with my money, I was trusting God with my very life. But once I was able to give and give faithfully, and I remember just things started to happen for me. I remember I would always be looking for work on Craigslist, and within a matter of months I was on the first page of Google. One particular day I got a phone call from a person, and they needed airbrushing done on a leather jacket, and they were kind of panicked. I could hear on the phone that they were a little bit freaked out. I went to them right away. I painted the jacket, did a good job. They were happy with it, and they offered me a job. And the job they offered me was to do all the airbrushing for Willow Smith's European tour, and to create a special jacket for her to be worn on the Oprah Winfrey show. The jacket that she was going to be wearing on Oprah, it had to be like this gold kind of distressed jacket. And all the costume designers are all going through so many different techniques trying to get this jacket just right. And never forget, God gave me the wisdom and he let me know that it needed gold leaf. Before I know it, I'm watching my artwork on the Oprah show with another costume designer. He got me an interview on America's Got Talent. I ended up getting the job with America's Got Talent, and the first thing that I did was leather jackets and pants for the Fearless Flores family. And it was awesome. It was so cool to watch, to see my artwork on TV and just to see God work, and not only work, but work so quickly. The show I worked on Dancing with the Stars. Dancing with the Stars, I also worked with them on the Olympics recently. So there's so many really testimonies of God's faithfulness. Being able to start to give of my money, to give my tithe, it really strengthened my faith. But it was 2011 when really was a breakout year for me. And it was the year that I started tithing. And really, God is faithful. He did exactly what he said he would do. He opened the windows of heaven and poured out such a great blessing that I couldn't contain it. I was able to hire my friends. I was able to provide for my family. And I was able to enjoy my work. And it's been a great blessing, and I've been tithing faithfully ever since.